Hello mindful devs. Today we're gonna explore arrays specifically in Python, and the arrays in Python are known as list. I use Python as a primary language to explain the data structures and algorithms, but I give code in other languages too, which I name in my previous video. You can check that out. Link is given in the I button and also in the description. Why I choose Python over other languages like C++ and Java? First thing, Python is very handy when it comes to data structures and algorithms. And the second thing is Python gives you ease when you code your logic in the interview. You can see the difference between Python code and other language code. The interviewer is interested in your thought process and how you solve the problem. They are not concerned about which programming language you use. So just learn the art of problem solving without having any stress regarding programming language. Python lists are just like dynamically sized array declared in other languages like vectors in C++ and array list in Java. In simple language, a list is a collection of things enclosed in square brackets and separated by commas. For example, this is a list in Python, and if you want to print this list, you can write something like this. A single list may contain data types like integers, strings, as well as objects. Lists are mutable. They can be altered even after their creation. We can create a blank list, a list of numbers, and a list of strings. And if we want to access list elements, we can write something like this: name of the list and the index number of the value which we want to access. We can access element from the end of the list with the negative indexing, like name of the list and the index number inside the square bracket with the minus sign. Time complexity of creating a list is O of 1 and the space complexity is O of n. And for accessing element in a list is O of 1, space complexity is same as O of 1. We can create a list of duplicate and distinct elements. We can create multi-dimensional lists as well. In the print statement, 0 is the inner list index and 1 is the index of the inner list element, which is def. Len function is used to get the length of the list. If we want to add element in a list, we can use append function. First, we create a list, then write name of the list and dot append function and the value which we want to add in a list. Remember, this append function can add only one element in a list, and if you want to add multiple elements, you can use loop. Time complexity of adding values in a list using append function is O of 1 and space complexity is also O of 1. Alternative of append function is extend function. Extend function has time complexity and space complexity similar to append function. Extend function add multiple values at the end of the element, but append function only add one value. Both add values at the end of the list. We can also add value at a specific position with insert function, something like this. Time complexity of insert function is O of n and space complexity is O of 1. We can reverse a list with reverse and reversed function. The reversed function returns a reverse iterator which can be converted to a list using the list function. You can remove element from a list using remove function. Its time complexity is O of n and space complexity is O of 1. We can also use pop function to remove, but it removes the last element by default. And if you want to remove from a specific position, just pass the index of that element. Slicing is the important concept in list in Python because we can retrieve substrings and sublist using slice operation. To print element from beginning to a range, use square bracket, colon, and index. To print element from end, you can use square bracket, colon, hyphen, and then index. To print the whole list in reverse order, use square bracket, double colon, -1. Remember, to print elements of a list from rear end, use negative indexing. These are some of the functions you can use to manipulate list in Python. And that is for this video. Stay curious, keep learning, and may your code be bug free.